Hello guys, Alex McVeigh Games here, and today I'm going to go over the top 8 deck lists of this event in, I believe it was like Europe somewhere, not 100% sure, but it happened yesterday. It's so far the largest. They said it was 128 players. Shoutouts to the Mushu report. They do some good articles, they have some great cards. You can look at top decks, have a nice place on how to play, and I believe they sell stuff as well. Not quite sure. I think they have like a promo code, but I'll put the link to where I found this in the description. But going over the top 8 deck lists. So first deck was a Steel Amber Control variant. Specifically Control because you don't see a whole new world in this deck. So it revolves around removing cards from their hand with the You Have Forgotten Me. So going over the card for card. Can I increase this? Nope, I cannot. Yeah, okay, there we go. That's nice. So you got 4 Captain Hook, 4 Eric, 4 Ariel, 4 Tinkerbell. Pretty standard. This lineup is like the go-to. 1, 2, 3. He plays 2 Hades. We're seeing this card have more popularity. Me and my friend innovated this card a couple weeks ago with the last 1K. The card's kind of crazy. 4 Rapunzel standard. 2 Hans, same thing. We only played 2 in our list. Beast, 4. Great card. Only way to out mirrors. He's playing 2 Cerberus. We've shifted over to Simba's, but Cerberus is still standard. 4 Tink, 4 Surfer Stitch. Fire the Cannon, quite interesting, in the sense that it outs little guys, so it's really, really good against those evasive decks. Might be a cool card to test out. Only plays 3 Smash, which is fair. Like, you have enough to just out things, but the real power behind this card is the fact that you can do the draw 3 with Rapunzel late game. 4 You Have Forgotten Me, 4 Beer Guest, 4 Kuna Matata, and 4 Grabber Shorts. I like the 4 Kuna Matata. I don't like the list that really play 3. I want to just see it off Ariel every time. So takeaways from this list, less Hades, no Part of Your World. So that's kind of cool. But I like the Fire the Cannon. I want to see how that performs in future deck lists. Second place is, I believe, just a standard. Yeah, it looks like just a standard red-purple deck. There's nothing super crazy about it. You have, the 3 Brooms. Some people play 4. Archimedes is standard. Little Elsa is interesting. A lot of people started cutting that card. Standard. 3, kind of interesting. The shift into the Big Aladdin's really cool. 1 Mickey. Most of the time it's just ink. But other than that, it's standard. You got the 3 Queen. This card's really, really important in the yellow steel matchup because we have ways to out Magic Mirror, so Queen is very hard for the deck to out just because of how big she is. Same thing with Goofy. Goofy's also difficult out just because he has a 4-butt, so we really can't just deal with him automatically. Maui standard, Ursula, same problem. If you see a trend, any dudes with just crazy defense, very hard for that steel yellow deck to overcome. Elsa, 3, interesting. Some builds can play 4, but I guess with the high uninkable counts, with Ursula's, etc. Playing 3 is kind of fun. 2 BLT, another card that's really, really, really good against this steel deck, the steel yellow deck. 3 Befuddle. It's good against those over aggressive aggro decks that can get you to turn 7, so it's fine. It's also inkable, so not too bad. 2 Dragonfire. Now that's interesting. I have not seen lists play less than 4 recently. Some have played 3, but 2 is quite interesting. I guess with it being uninkable, it's fair. 2 Spirit of Virtue. I guess he's just playing 2. And no Cauldron. I know the player I played in the last 1K that I lost to also didn't play Cauldron, so there's a trend there. I guess with it being uninkable, it might be weird. Going for the more inkable item route. But looks pretty standard. He did pretty decent with it. Probably lost in the finals. Then you got the next 3. I think the next 3 are all just very similar. Yeah, all 3 of these lists are all based on the same thing. It looks like they played cards equal to what they had. They only played 2 Rapunzels. 3 Rapunzels is just crazy. He just didn't play Surfer Stitch. So they might have just not played those certain cards just because of what they had access to. 3 and 4, weird numbers here. Very weird. But overall, the decks seem kind of fine. These have actually sprung up in popularity a little bit, just because of the fact that It's like a mid-range, so it's not full control like the deck that I play or the first place deck list. But it's also not as fast as the PPG list. So it's like a nice mix of the both, and I'd be interested to see how far this deck goes and how popular it becomes in the next couple weeks in the meta. Because when my friends played against it yesterday at locals, and it was potent. It ended up beating him out of potentially making top cut. But the fact that 3 of these topped, great representation there. Now you got a purple green, just fast aggro deck. This genie's been more popular. That card's kind of cool. Like, I really do like the whatever her name is, just the surprise factor. You now have Maleficents, Cheshire Cats, Jasper, 1 Peter Pan, Hans, Tinkerbells, Cusco's, and Mad Hatters. John Silver over Genies makes sense because he's inkable. 1 Befuddle is essentially another 4th copy of Mother Knows Best. The list is pretty standard, very aggro-ish. After turn 5, if you're not able to just keep putting Cusco's on the field, you'll probably lose. And it also has a hard match versus the steel-yellow deck that's running around. And I believe last list here? No, you got 2 lists. Next list is a blue-green deck. Very interesting style deck. The eyeball, kind of crazy. Being able to just give like Cusco Quest for 4. That's stupid. But you have a nice little curve here on 1, 2, 3. And then it goes right into Cusco. Because if you go on Mickey turn 3, on turn 4 you're able to summon Cusco very consistently. So it's better than the like just in time. 1 jump ahead is interesting just because of the fact that it's uninkable. So they play 4, 8, 10, 4. They play 8. Oh shit, they play 22 uninkables. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. No, 22 uninkables. Jeez, that's a lot. That's crazy. I don't know how that fared, but it seemed like he did well. So congrats to him. The list is interesting. Definitely will look at it because I have a 3v3 coming up, and one of our dudes will be playing the green-blue. So gonna definitely take some inspiration from that. And last deck is a blue-purple. Haven't seen this much, but it seems like you have a nice little curve here on 1, 2, 3. Good 3 drops, good 2 drops, a nice 1 drop. Belle is interesting. Queen is crazy. No Magic Mirror, so they decided to play Queen over Magic Mirror. Just Big Aurora, so no Baby Aurora. 2 Big Maleficent. You got 4 Robin Hood, Dr. Facilier to go over the baby Dr. Facilier. You got 4 Ursula. So that's your real draw power, Ursula here. But once again, there's a lot of uninkables. You got 4, 8, 12, 16, 17, 18, 21, 24. You got 25 uninkables. That's a lot. People are just playing crazy uninkable amounts. Like, that's probably why the yellow steel deck did so well, is because of how consistent it is with its low uninkable count. But list is definitely interesting. Great combos with Rafiki and Dr. Facilier. Big butts in all of these guys being 6s, 8s. Very hard for potentially other decks to deal with these large butts that don't have Dragonfires or Let It Goes, etc. Overall, I like this list. Would be interested to see how much the Belle came in handy late game and how much the Ursula came in handy. But definitely cool list. Would be interested to see how well it does in future metas. But takeaway from this, it looks like Steel Yellow is becoming one of the best decks, and Red Purple is falling off a little bit. But then again, we also don't know how much of the representation was at the event. There could have just been a lot of Yellow Steel, and there could have just been a lot of really bad Red Purple players. So there's a lot of diversity, but 50% of the meta being this Yellow Steel, and 3 out of the 4 being this like mid-range combo control variant that just don't play You Have Forgotten Me. This list did, but that's weird. So, kind of interesting. Nice little mix, but that's all for this. So, shoutouts to Mushu Report for this. Appreciate the content, and you guys have a great day. Peace.